All right, guys, welcome back. In my last video, I was having a little bit of a tough time downloading the plugin server. In fact, it took over after multiple tries. It took over through 3 hours. In fact, so again, it did find some scanner alerts. So this is this type of scans. I've created a scan. I'm able now to create the scan, and I'm able to scan the different basic network, web application tests, Active Directory starter scan. So these are the specific things I'm able to do, which is awesome. Um, you know, I can do a quick basic network scan of the whole network with credentials and settings, you know, and basically find everything I need to find on that, which is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And again, it targets the IP addresses that I want, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Um, I can set the scan type. I can add the different plugins if I need to. Uh, we can do Active Directory starter scans, look for misconfigurations in Active Directory, discovery for that, assessments, reports, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, you know, so when I look at all my scans, I'm now able to, you know, create a new scan, right? Which is kind of cool. And, go based off of whatever scan I want to run, right? And then I'll save that scan, right? So I'll create this web application scan. Let's say for that, for example, uh, whatever my web application is, I can run scan for that, right? And then I can put that in there and I can select the target of the IP. So I can put the target of the IP if I want, right? Or the subnet that it's in. It's a full subnet, right? And then save that, right? And again, it'll run web application and I can launch that web application test, and that'll run as it's running. Then I can go to my host discovery scans, and these are just two hosts that I created and found two vulnerabilities. And a lot of these are actually info stuff, and some of them are higher critical, and you can fix them as they move along. It'll automatically fix it for you. You'll have all the notes here. So if I'm selecting that, I can find the scan details on the different ports and the two vulnerabilities. So this one here is a plugin display for each tested host, scanned itself, right? And this will show you the output from that, right? And then it'll show you the host name. This will also show you the debug logs if you need it, and to the loopback testing, which is great too to test. I use it a lot. So again, these are kind of cool, just informational. So good to know. And again, I can download this KB, right? I can download it, right, and take a look at different information logs from here, right? I'll look for the different things that I need based on that. So that's my KB. And I can go to that and do the same thing, and change in between. Um, so again, I can add as many IPs as I want, and I can export them, export Nessus as a .nessus file, right? And transfer that over. I can now even open the report as a CSW, right? Which will give me the outputs, which is kind of cool. And again, my basic scan. Here's a basic scan that I ran a while back, earlier this about an hour ago. And again, if I look into it, I see the different information, vulnerabilities, and detections. So a lot of these are just informational. This is a test machine, so obviously you'll want to look into this and read into this kind of stuff. And make sure that these are ports were available or closed. Um, or you can create these specific ports for that in your firewall. So you can then go into your firewall, right? You can open up the Defender. And I think in my SCCM or my MECM, I created firewall ports, I think. Uh, you know, different ports that I created that I allowed. Um, Again, right? My different LDAP ports. So that's all inbound ports and outbound port rules that I created for that file print sharing. So I did create a lot of these. So hence why you're probably seeing this. So was unable to run the netstat on a remote host to enumerate the open ports. The netstat is not available. The plugin will attempt to use the SS, right? So again, you can also see that it'll show you the outputs, right? That just was found to be open. That's all informational stuff, and you can correlate that with your information, your inbound rules, right? Or your outbound file rules, right? Again, you can authorize users to allow connections from these users, right? Allow connections from these users, exceptions. You can again create the scopes if you want in the different profiles, right? So you want to differentiate what profile it rules only if it's only domain and not private and public, right? You can customize that and edit those rules. This rule has been applied by a system and it cannot be modified. Yeah, so it's been modified. There's a GPO already I created. I think I have already created it. I know I've already created it. So, right. And if we go back to our profiles, they're all active. They're on inbound connections that do not match a rule as blocked, outbound, they're allowed, right? So you can set these up to what you need it to do, following the appropriate guidelines and rules and whatnot. So if I were to open up my GP edit as admin, show you something. I think I created. I think I did create one already. I created a firewall rule. So if I'm looking at the GP edit, right, as admin, and I open up that management on this machine, I will see. Actually, no one, not this one. If I open up start, this is a server, right? So I should be able to go to administrative tools and go to group policy management. So this is where I'm going to see the firewall policies, right? And the settings based on the report that it's generating. So if I show all, this will show all the settings that I've configured, right? And I can make those changes as requested. So, again, when we talk about that and the delegation and modification and ACL rules, the specific permissions, this is where we enable, disable, right? So we can disable user settings, right? So if this is a user settings that we're not using, obviously sometimes it's best to disable it, especially when we're creating GPOs like this. Just to test what I mean by that. In this test one that I'm creating, new group, right? And I'll click OK for that. So when I am creating, when I'm going into the settings here, um, I'm able to um, go here and user configuration settings disabled, right? So that's a good thing. And I think here too as well. So if I'm right clicking on it on this new group policy, and again, I can go to the edit here, and I should be able to, um, you know, go to the properties and disable the user configuration settings here. I just want this to be a computer configuration and device right? And have the specific security and domains and ownerships and whatnot. Make sure that the groups and usernames are in there that need to be in there, and if there's any special permissions based on the owner of that, then I can make those changes and add those specific objects and descendants. Again, make sure that you're following guidelines and rules, especially when you're creating these. There's a lot of rules involved in this, but again, this is just a test. Uh, you know, the firewall policy that again, I've already. This is just a test one. This one to show you. I can then enforce these rules, right? Um, I can, I can do a lot here. Enforce. I can, you know, block inheritance, right? I can block inheritance off folder here. So if I want to block inheritance, right? Block inheritance. I can link existing GPOs to this OU if I want to. Again, so it's firewall policy, but again, this is another topic. Um, so going back to our Tenable Nexus Essentials, I want you guys to try this on your own. This is a great, great, great app. Again, this is just a test VM. I don't care what's happening, but again, I can look at these and fix these, right? Vulnerabilities that are there, which are, these two critical ones. So if I look at to see which ones are critical, I can filter, uh, see if I can filter to severity. Uh, let's go critical and apply. So it'll show me the ones that are critical, which is cool. And again, I can check to see which ones are high and I can apply that. And again, this will show me the ones that are high, and these are the ones that I want to take a look at and why. So this one here is a CVSS. It's high, and we talk about SSL medium strength cipher suites, suite 32. So what this means is the remote host supports the use of SSL ciphers to offer encryption. Nessus regards medium strength as any encryption that uses key lengths of 64 bits less than 112, and that uses 3DES encryption suites. So we need to reconfigure the affected application if possible to avoid medium strengths ciphers, right? So um, when we look at reconfigure the affected application if possible to avoid. All right, so we can also see this, right? Or we can also see this link, right? And right. So how do we how do we block the ciphers? Again, the security cipher is often reduced by the key size, right? So in particular, many block ciphers. Right? So it's saying that SSL, IPsec. So I want to take a look at. Okay, so what does this mean? Where are the debug logs? Figure. Okay. So I'm filtering this again. Filtering this to severe vulnerability severity, and this one is high. So I found that the SSL medium strength So what do we do with this? This is new to me. So I'm gonna Google this. I want to know what happened. Uh, So vulnerability that occurs in infrastructure is CD, which suggests cryptographic algorithm used as a way to protect the data. It's intended to secure the remote host supports the use of. Okay, so how do we fix this? So so if we look at the different cipher suites, TLS cipher suites, how do we correct way to decipher? Okay, so let's see how we disable those. System scan showed enable their service, so I'm trying to disable it, right? So how? Hmm, interesting. This is something we're gonna have to physically look at, but this is a great example of one. Give it a try on your own. This is the output, right? The fields are showing, right? So um, reconfigure the affected application. And ask Copilot. Sometimes you just need to review a little bit to see what happens, right? So, um, the, again, to mitigate the risks, it's recommended. Um, reconfigure the, okay, so is there anything specific? Let's see what happens here. So, here's the plugin detections, which found, right, dependencies, dependence, change logs. This is all information here. So we need to reconfigure the affected application to avoid use of medium sig. Okay, so what application are we talking about? So here's a CVE, right? And this is the CVE. So if we look at the different CVE, okay, right? We can look at the different links here, and mission security is not impacted by the suite. So this is kind of cool. We're about to okay, so CCAT mobile. Wow, this involves a lot of work to kind of look into that. That's seems pretty serious. So it's just saying that the remote host supports the use of SSL ciphers that offer medium strength encryption. Nessus regards medium strength as an encryption that uses keys. So note that it's considerably easy to circumvent medium strength encryption if the attacker. So it's saying reconfigure the affected. We don't know what the affected application is. Hmm. This is the reference information for the CVE. This is actually good information. So it's saying the DS and triple DS ciphers are used the as AK Suite 32. So these are some hyperlinks to um, these are links, references, advisory solutions and tools. So again, if we look at the different versions, right, we can see Ubuntu, um, and just you see Oracle, Test Lab, uh, again, weakness, enumerations, nests, software configurations. So, so, um, again, if I were to click on the link, for example, okay, that's fine, right? Uh, Again, it's just showing me a lot of references and whatnot. But I can see that, and again, I would have to really dive into this a little bit more, um, right? Into reconfiguring the affected app. I need to figure out what the affected application is, because it looks like it's a blog here, and it's telling me this is the I can block that. I can block cipher collisions, and unpractical ciphers, collisions, attacks. It doesn't really show me how to. Right? It's saying to use Qualys. Uh, okay, so how do I fix my service? You need to follow the advice from Mozilla and their configuration generator. I'm using. Is it safe? It's a stupid part. Sweet 16. Okay. Um, I can use a scanning tool. Um, right. Uh, Again, this is really something I've never really seen. But again, it's just one vulnerability. I've gotten my percentage audit trail up to past 75, 80, which is good, especially in these scenarios. We could do better, but again, the base score for that is 7.5 uh, base score. And again, let's go back here and let's see what other filters we can use here, like medium, see what other filters there are. Like for example, this is terminal services will not use the NLA only. So yeah, this is enabled on the RDP server already. So you shouldn't wasn't able to negotiate the non-LA security, right? For that server there. So that's for the loopback. That's okay. I don't have it use it's just a loopback address. CVS is 6.5 for this one. So then there's the SSL certificates that cannot be trusted. The situation can occur in 3 day in the chain of trust that can be broken. Again, solution is purchase or generate a proper SSL certificate for the service. Fine. I have to provide a proper SSL certificate and purchase one in this case. Um, but I'm not going to. This is just a test environment. Right. And I can use these different sites here. The ITU site here, international, and take a look at how this works and how this stuff uh, works in an environment. Right? I can download the apps here, and download the PDF and read the PDF for freely available items. So if I open up this folder, it's PDF, and I can read this. Um, Take a look at the different X 500 directories, right? And read into that and its unique IDs and study all this stuff for public key certificate framework. Again, viewing only. I can also read this up on, it's just an ITU, International Telecommunication Union. Uh, it's cryptography that's been used since the 80s. and its latest version is 3 years ago. And that's it, guys. This is Nessus. Again, I can create, like, I should be able to create a new scan, any scan that I want. Let's do a malware scan, and I'll call this my malware scan. I want to do this as a last step. I'll do malware scan. This is really easy to use, guys. Right, and I want to use the same targets that I've used, right? My loopback address, so to address to, and I'll give it the subnet of whatever I want to use, right? And I'll give it the other subnet that I have here. You can use the other subnets that I want to use, like whatever I want, right? And enter, save, right? So I've created. I'm gonna delete this. That'll be this. Okay. Let's just keep it as is. Save it. One of the folders. Folding. Okay. And I will. Okay. I see. Okay. So I'll have to authenticate a username and password. Um, I think I'll have to create the user for that. All right. Let me give it a password. And let me put this stuff in. Might as well. Uh, put my domain, my local domain. So that's my local domain. Fine. Let's see what happens. Save that. Username is required for, okay, public key. Username is required. Okay. Private key is required. I like, this is all stuff I would have to add here. I'm not sure what this is all about. Um, I just want to start it. Uh, launch. I just want to launch it. I'm not sure why it's asking me for a private key. So how do I remove this? Remove this. Yeah, see, I'm just gonna remove this. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna do that. Again, I can set up those later on if I want. Right, and again, um, I want to launch that vulnerable for malware and see what happens. And again, that should take some time. And again, I will find whatever I can find here, anything informational, right? And this will scan and scan and scan until it finds something. So right now, this is just all info stuff. Wasn't able to run the netstat, no worries. And you can read up on that and just saying that it's open. We know that it's open for a specific reason. Um, just continue to keep looking at our vulnerabilities here, and we can change between our servers, our hosts. So really cool application here. Again, we can create anything here that we want, which is kind of cool. You can also do compliance here from the mconfig audits of mobile device managers, which is a nice option. Uh, figure it out with Intune. Mobile device scanning. Again, you need to you could try that for free as well. expose your cyber weakness. Again, this is great. This is great stuff to try out. You could try this for free, right? And open those up and test those, right? Again, these ones are all kind of optional, right? So this is advanced ADV scan, right? Let's put those numbers in again. I'll just do the loop back for now, right? And I'll save it. And this will also run today too. So I can create different, and this is at 49%. This will tell us when it's complete at 100. It'll give us a better number for that. So, again, full host, fully qualified domain name resolution. Nessus was able to resolve just informational. It's just telling you what that is, which is good. We'll go back to SMB, Samba, SIFs. This is all Unix stuff, guys. Server message block. This was all basically an option that's available. Again, see, like if you go to control panel, right, and go to large icons here, and I go to programs and features. These features are, oh, again, they were features that you can add within here, right, and add those services, um, right. So again, it's kind of cool to learn how that works and how you're able to decide that. Uh, you can create iSCSIs when we run our ESXIs. Let me see if I can open my ESXi. See, I can open my ESXi. There we go. All right. I'm still able to open it, which is kind of cool. I think I have it saved here. Copy password. You paste it. And then log in. Um, did I? Did I lock it? Is it locked, guys? Is it locked? Is it locked? Um, did I lock it? I think I changed it. Um, Let me remember. Um, I did change it. Okay, so let me go back here. Should be able to log in. Changed it? Did I not? Did I change it? Is it locked? I thought I unlocked it. Um, so I'm gonna click in and press F12 and test it again. So I'm not sure if I unlocked it. Did I change the password? Let's see. This one was my original. I'll copy the original, maybe because that expired. Uh, Maybe that was it. So I'm gonna copy this password here, and I'm gonna try this if that helps. Can't believe I forgot it. Okay, weird. Okay. Okay, there you go. I think that worked. So, yeah, so here's the data store virtual machine. Again, I can create a virtual machine here. I'm not gonna create one, but again, uh, you know, when we're talking about iSCSIs, we can add targets and initiators and targets to those SCSI machines, to those uh, hypervisors, and set those up as is. Now, um, going back to this again, this is a little introduction of the Nestable Essentials scan. This is a great tool. It is expensive. It's a great tool. You guys can also, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Qualys. Qualys is also cool. Qualys. So this is a great tool as well. We can do some free training here and download the free trial if you want. um, you know, and I've done training already. I've been doing training here, so you can definitely try their software, and take a look at their software and try that free trial, right? I'm not sure how long, but this is a great software to teach yourself, especially when you're doing the training, right? So you're offering free training here. Um, you have the vulnerability uh, management foundation, security asset management, patch management, which is also kind of cool. Um, right. So uh, you could start this and use the free uh, trial to try that, right? And this will give you um, all the options within here to try out, which is cool. Please feel free to try that. I'm not going to try this here. There's another topic, but this is Microsoft compliance and global compliance. And because it's Cybersecurity Week, this has everything you need. These are just some. So imagine having thousands and thousands of, different IPs and domains, and you can import and scan, and it's great what you can do with this, right? You can create policies to allow templates. You can, plug in rules, allow you to hide and change severity of any. So you can create different plugins if you want. Like, yeah, you can create Terra scans, which are static code analyzers for IAAC, infrastructure as a code, be installed and run in a number of different ways. So we can enable this option, right? And then we'll learn the docs as to why we're running this, right? And how this works, right? Its architecture and how it works with APIs, and how policy engines applies policies against normal JSON files, YAMLs, and XMLs. So again, this is a good read. Again, I'm going to save this. This will download it for us. You have that time to spend with it. I've given you the options and I showed you how to do things. There is a lot to digest here, and look into and learn, but just remember to, you know, test this and focus on this and try your different scans, sort of like what I did. I've added different numerous scans. I can add network scans as well too, and different credentials and on all, right? Right. I can add whatever I want and fill out all the proper information, right? With the authentication method, right? Whatever authentication method it uses, and whatever plugins are there or need to be what are currently there, right? The different plugins, families of plugins. And again, I can launch it, I can run it, I can do whatever I want, which is kind of cool. I can also schedule those, right? I can enable scheduling, right? So I can enable a frequency, which is kind of cool. No one schedule can be enabled in this option, right? We can upgrade any other schedule scan will be disabled. So we need to upgrade to professional to add more options here, right? Notifications, SMTP servers configured. If I want to set up my SMTP and email, great option. So get your SMTP server in here, right? If you have one, right? And add that. Right? And this will give you whatever you want. Then there's the discovery of port scans, common ports, all ports, right? Common ports, custom ports, whatever you want. Then there's the assessment, scan types, right? Default, just leave it default, doesn't matter. You can do for all web vulnerabilities for this, right? We can do for all quick, right? And all the quick ones, which is good. Then we can look at the reports, right? And display hosts that respond to ping, allow users to edit scan results, whatever you want. The output to show. I'll just choose anything. I don't care. And then process normal verbosity. Yeah, that's fine. And let's have an advanced, right? Or scan type. So leave that as is and save. So again, I can remove this. I don't care. I just, like I said, I just want to launch a quick one and name this basic. So I'm naming all these right now. Network scan, right? And I'm gonna put my IPs, right? So it'll be a subnet. So again, I can create whatever subnet I want. Save that. And there you have it. Again, oh, and then when I'm back here, there's a play button here, so I can launch these play buttons for both. I'll launch these both at the same time since I haven't run it. And I scheduled this one by accident, but again, I'm just gonna run it and pause it based on whatever I want. I can run and pause these, right? I can schedule these on demand on different dates and times. So this will kind of help with that too. I want to thank you guys again. So this has every single solitary uh, IP, which is good, what I want. So again, guys, I want to thank you for everything. So far, so good. No big issues. The big issue that we talked about, I will read into it. I don't think it's a big issue, just informational. But those can be I'll have to figure out what application they're talking about and there's all this issue. The good thing about this is it's a test machine. It's a fictitious environment. It's a test machine. I can delete this and create a new one. So it doesn't affect anything whatsoever. Just remember research, research, research. Find out what each thing means. Use the help desk if you need to, documentation on the specific um, things that we are using. So again, I am utilizing 16 of my 16 licensed IP addresses today, which is what I've done. I wanted to, so that's good. Um, Again, I can upgrade, um, update all components, update server if I have one set up. I think I showed you guys this already. Um, Give it a try, please. I want you guys to try it. Send your messages, send your information, right? Let's take a look at, oh, there's the maps. This is a great map. Um, it tells me the time the CPU load, which is good. Why there was a CPU, and why there's active targets. Where hopefully we should be able to, right? Which is kind of cool. Uh, See where those active targets um, were scanned, right? That's in the past 24 hours. So again, that's just used this much memory. We also find our network scan here, our alerts, filled our DNS lookup, DNS lookup, right? So 68% filled DNS lookups detected, right? 25 slow DNS lookups detected. When it ran it, it must have ran thousands and hundreds at a time. So, we can look at that. See it, and it just tells you numbers. Then there's password management, so allows you to set parameters for passwords, right? So as well as turn on login notifications, session timeouts, right? We can do password complexity, right? And set that on our Tenable, which is cool, right? And last notifications will allow users to see the last successful login, date, time, and IP. If any failed logins attempts have occurred since the last successful login, changes will take effect after a soft restart. So again, you can set your password management here, custom CAs, if you have any, uh, you know, SMTP server, which is what I showed you guys earlier, the proxy servers. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys again. I appreciate everything you guys have done so far. Please like and subscribe. I want that you guys are what make me want to make more videos and teach you guys what I know and get you prepared for that those interviews and do the best you can. Like make those mistakes. They don't make you any better. They don't make you any worse. Focus, concentrate, get up and do it again if you have to. Create those machines if you need to, right? So, live, live, keep doing it, keep doing what you're doing, guys. And again, thank you very much. Thanks for joining this session. Again, I'm Sal Cosentino, your systems architect and um, future MCT trainer. Uh, for in production by Ink Squared. Again, thank you very much, guys. All right, I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And again, thank you very much. And we will see you on the next one. Again, if there's a specific thing that you want to talk about, and I do offer full courses on this stuff. If there's a product that you like MECM, SCCM, Intune, offer courses on that. I offer courses on cloud computing, Hyper-V, um, you know, uh, Azure. I offer courses on Azure as well too. We also offer courses on Microsoft, SharePoint, Teams, SQL. These are know about creating a server, um, Windows Server administration. So anything you guys need, let me know. We can create a course on that. So again, this is part of our AZ 104 500. So they do talk about this. We also talk about quals a lot. So kind of learn how that works. Do the training courses. I've done these already. Don't remember my login and password, but I'll have to look into that and take a look at that for a sec. Uh, did take a lot of courses here. So again, I've already created this. Right? Give me 1 second. You know, I'm going to just a login for you guys, just to show you what it looks like. Give you a tour. I'm not going to show. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but again, I want you guys to try it on your own. Share your results. Add me to WhatsApp. Like and subscribe, please. You know, uh, I don't know how else to say, but you guys make me want to create more videos. So I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten. I have a WhatsApp group that I just created. It's brand new. There's not that many users. So again, please add yourself. Uh, don't be shy. If you have to message me separately, please feel free to message me separately and ask me questions if you are shy. But that is used for everyone to help each other out, and hopefully you guys are using that as well when you're talking about the specifics, right? Um, second. Um, so I'm going to log in with my username. Hopefully this works. Yeah, there you go. Um, uh, so I need to put my old password in and change it. Okay, and I'm going to type in my new password. Just going to create a new password here. Um, okay, so I'm going to type in my new password. Sorry, guys, I have to create a new password. Looks like I haven't. All right, and I'm going to confirm it. And sign in. No. So this is your Qualys landing page for training and certifications here. Taken all this already. Um, right, so done all this a while back just to show as a thing. This is all done. Um, again, you can export the PDF and do whatever you want and go back and learn whatever you need to learn. Uh, so again, that's that. And you can download the free trial and try those and take all the notes and stuff. Um, so again, right, here's my other one. Uh, so this is something else that I've done here a while back, a couple years ago. So that's that. Guys, thanks again. Just show you that Qualys, another application, great app to use. Please make sure to subscribe to that and get the self-help and the different learning. Um, you can schedule your learnings, your playlists. Uh, you know, right? You can manage all that. Yeah, that's current, completed, right? Whatever you want to do, you can start with that. A lot of these are free, right? So that's that. Again, I want to thank you all for this tells you the details, the activities, what what's involved in here, the objectives, additional information, and training materials. So this is good for you to download, right, look at. And this is kind of cool. I think I have these policies. I think I have these already. I think I created a Qualys. Yeah, I do. Yeah, see, I have a lot of documentation. Yeah, Qualys stuff. Showing me how to do all that stuff. And I did this in the training. Um, so yeah, so I want you guys to try this out too. So it is cybersecurity month. I want you guys to learn this. You know, educate yourself and work with different vendors and educate yourself. I stress this out enough, and get cyber smart, right? Get cyber safe. You know, learn how to get cyber safe, right? It's just a campaign to inform us Canadians um, that you know on behalf of the Canadian government. So keeping us Canadians safe online, and how our communications security its campaign works this year, and you guys can take a look at that, and you know take a look at the different weeks, right? So this week we're in the most helpful generation. We talk about others scrubbing their devices, keeping with emerging tech and AI, sharing what you know with friends and family, and this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to, become a champion Cyber Month and show you guys. You can check the different theme and messages and theme downloads that are here. Um, you know, this is all Cyber Month, right? So know how to be cyber safe, and you know yeah, kick off with October. These guys have kind of helped us in creative videos, and you know password creating strong passwords and how strong your password is. 5 ways to evaluate. Phishing. What is phishing, right? So this kind of shows you about phishing. So you know learn about the different applications. This is a great application. I swear by it. It's great. Again, thank you very much, guys. I want to thank you for your time. I am going to end this video, and again, thank you, and like and subscribe. Thanks.